Major low-cost airlines is filing for bankruptcy.
Spirit Airlines announced it filed for bankruptcy on Monday. So what does that mean for you and your holiday travel if you're planning to fly the airline?
WBTV's consumer investigator Caroline Hicks is on your side, breaking down everything you need to know.
Spirit Airlines says passengers should not notice much of an impact at all. You can continue to use your tickets, loyalty points, and credits as normal. I spoke with a travel expert to find out if passengers will notice disruptions from this bankruptcy filing. Here's what I learned. Katie Nastro with Going, formerly known as Scott's Cheap Flights, says if you're already booked with Spirit, there's no need to worry. And you're protected under federal law if there are cancellations. And if you're still considering buying a flight with Spirit this holiday season, she says nothing about this bankruptcy should change your mind. She does say you may want to be cautious when booking further in advance because there are uncertainties with Spirit's situation further down the road.
Long term, the shakeout to this bankruptcy could lead to things like routes being cut or a reduction in service. There's no knowing for sure that that ticket that you book 6 months out from now may change. And so, for example, summer of 2025, this is a time period where we just don't know. There's too many uncertainties. So it might be in your best interest to look at another carrier for a specific trip you're looking to take.
I also asked her whether passengers will notice a difference in the experience of flying Spirit Airlines over the holidays. She says that's not likely because it's not in an airline's best interest to cut staff right before the holidays when it's busier than ever. I'm Caroline Hicks with your Consumer Solutions. WBTV, on your side.
Caroline.